Hello everybody, it is Webkinz here, and finally, after a long time of not doing these videos, I am back with the Webkinz Mashup. Today's mashup is between the signature endangered red wolf and the signature lion. Since I did move almost 6 months ago now, I don't have the nice background that is my parents' front lawn, so unfortunately you'll just have to deal with the boring old kitchen floor. If you are not familiar with the Webkinz Mashup videos, I go over several categories with each Webkinz, and I score them based on a score sheet that I created a while ago. You can find this score sheet online. Go down to the description below, there's a link, and you can follow along if you'd like. I also have a written version of the score sheet with me, which is how I'm able to judge them as I go along. If you want to see a certain Webkinz battle and a Webkinz mashup, feel free to suggest them to me in the comment section below. Remember, I do have to actually own this Webkinz because I can't judge them if they're not actually in front of me. These two Webkinz were suggested by KinzTubers, and they were randomly chosen with a random name generator. Please do remember that the winner for this mashup will be given to you in the next Webkinz Mashup video. I will explain that to you at the end though. The first category that we are going to go over is creativity. You don't often see specific breeds of animals with the Webkinz signatures that are not cats or dogs, which is kind of unfortunate because there's a lot of good breeds of animals that you never really got to see. The signature endangered line, of course, featured animals that are on the endangered list, and the red wolf is one of them. And I know we did get the signature timber wolf, but it's really cool to see an endangered wolf be featured too. Naturally, with the signature endangered line, there's a little bit more creativity because you do get to see specific breeds of animals. So it is kind of creative, but then I also feel like because this is signature endangered, naturally it's going to be a specific breed. So for creativity for the signature endangered red wolf, I'm going to go ahead and say a 3 because you expect it with the signature endangered, but there's also some creativity that goes into coming up with a specific breed. The signature lion, on the other hand, I don't feel like there's much creativity going on there. We've already had several Webkinz lions, and I feel like kind of like what I said with the signature giraffe a while ago was that it just feels like they took just a Webkinz that's already been done and made a signature out of it. To come up with the idea for the signature lion, it doesn't take very much creativity. It's just like, okay, what animal can we do? I know, a lion, because we've already done a lion, so why not make it a signature and make it nicer? Really no creativity going on there at all. So unfortunately for the signature lion, even though I love it, I'm gonna have to give it a 1. Now it's time to review the pet-specific items. The signature endangered red wolf's pet-specific item is the endangered island getaway. Now this item is really cute, and it's been a while since I've actually used this item with my own signature endangered red wolf, but I do believe that it's a swing that they can swing on, although with the recent Webkinz update of their system, it could possibly just be a chair now that a lot of the swings don't work anymore. Like I said, it's really cute, but it doesn't really fit with my idea of a red wolf. When I think of wolves, I don't necessarily think of an island getaway, and although the item is really adorable and it looks great in any Webkinz room, it doesn't exactly fit with the signature endangered red wolf. For this item, I'm going to have to give it a 2. The signature lion's pet-specific item is the Savannah main stage, and this is super cute. If you've never seen this item, your lion goes on it, they run around like it's a treadmill, which is a little weird since it's a main stage, so you think of like plays, but given the very limited amount of actions that a Webkinz can do when they interact with objects, it's not really that weird. It is really cute because it kind of reminds me of the Lion King, so it kind of looks like they're doing the Lion King on stage, and although it's a little weird for a lion to be performing on a stage, it is really cute. I don't know if this item necessarily matches with the Webkinz, but the item itself is pretty cute. I'm going to give this pet-specific item a 3. Next, we're going to go over the pet-specific foods. The signature endangered red wolf's pet-specific food is the root deer float. Now, the play on words, root deer, is really funny, but when you kind of think about it, it doesn't really match the signature red wolf at all. In fact, I'd rather just had some kind of item that was a deer. Now, the item is a little glass that's got the picture of a head of a signature endangered red wolf on it. It's got little antlers sticking out from the ice cream, and then on what looks like the spoon to the end is a paw print. Now that's really cute with how it matches the Webkinz and kind of incorporates the Webkinz and the whole deer thing in it, but I can't really imagine a red wolf eating ice cream, much less a deer float. Where did they put the deer in there? They just like blend that up with ice cream? It's very strange, and I don't really like this food item at all. I'm gonna give this one a 2. The signature Lion's pet specific food is the meaty mane entree. I absolutely love this food. It really fits with the lion. It's a big slab of meat. You know a lion's gonna love that. And it's kind of cute how they really dress it up with the grass that you would see where a lion lives. And this food item really fits with the lion. And I like the name too, the meaty mane entree. With the play on words with mane is M-A-N-E instead of M-A-I-N. So the score I'm going to give this pet specific food is a 5. Now it's time to go over the gift boxes. The signature endangered red wolf's gift box is really cute, although the coloring is kind of odd. It's kind of like a beige and a weird orange color that doesn't seem to really fit this Webkinz at all. They could have incorporated more of like the browns or the autumny color of the red wolf into the box, but instead they just gave it a really boring color. It just doesn't really remind me of a red wolf at all when I look at it. I do like that they have grass. They also have a moon in the background there, and that really ties in the whole wolf part of this Webkinz. The gift box isn't really my favorite, but it does kind of have elements that fit with the red wolf. I'm gonna give it a 3. The gift box for the signature line is super, super adorable. Although they did kind of do a weird color scheme on this one too. The lid is more of a cream than it is the more beige color of the lion, which makes me wonder why they chose that, since really the only time you see that in the lion itself is the muzzle and then kind of some of the fur around the face, if you're looking at the virtual anyway. It has the brown that you would see in the mane for the bow, and then it's got the ears and the tail, and then it's got some of the savanna grass and some of the mane kind of sticking out underneath the top, which is a little weird. It makes it seem like it shoved the Webkinz in there, or it just has a bunch of hair in there, which is kind of strange. But the gift box itself is really cute, and other than the weird coloring on the lid there, it does remind me of the signature line. So I'm going to give this gift box a 4. Now it's time to go over the plush and the virtual. The signature red wolf's plush and virtual really do match each other. The colors are exactly the same, which is really nice to see. Virtual really does match the plush with the way the ears are, the color scheme and everything. So I think that these two are a really good match, and that's always nice to see because you expect the plush and the virtual to look exactly the same. So for the signature endangered red wolf, I'm going to give it a score of 5. The signature line is the same way. The plush and the virtual are almost exact copies. The color scheme and just the hair and everything about it, it just reminds me exactly of the plush, which is, again, really nice to see since you expect them to be the same and not to see any differences. Like the signature red wolf, I'm going to give the signature lions, plush and virtual, a 5. The next category is plush build. With the signatures, there's always a chance that they're going to be either super stiff or super floppy. And in the case of the signature endangered red wolf, it is kind of stiff, but it's also built so that you can move it around. You can kind of move the head if you need to, and you can move the paws or the feet, except in the case of mine, which because of storage, she doesn't exactly stand like she used to. She kind of just leans over to one side. The signature endangered red wolf does sit very nicely, but you can still move them around if need be. So if you're making a video, I mean, they can obviously talk. I'm going to give the signature endangered red wolf a 4. Now the signature lion is obviously going to have a better score because it's still a signature, but it does move a lot nicer. Does sit perfectly if need be. You can move around very easily. You can move the head, you can move the paws. Very, very cuddly and cute, and the fur is really great. I'm going to give the signature lion a 4. The next category is name. Now, the signature endangered red wolf sounds like a really, really fancy name, but the truth is that if you take out signature endangered, it's just red wolf. Well, yeah, it's a little impressive because it's an actual breed, like I said before. It's still not that impressive of a name. It's kind of hard to come up with an impressive name in this case where it has to be a specific breed. The name, I'm just gonna go with a 3. And in this case with the signature lion, again, it's like just kind of a generic name, lion. Signature lion, like that doesn't doesn't sound that impressive, but they didn't go with a specific breed of lion. It's just a generic lion. In this case, I'm giving it a 3 as well. Now remember when I said the final score of these two Webkinz would not be featured into the next Webkinz Mashup video? That's because you guys have a chance to put your favorite Webkinz from these two Webkinz in the lead. If you happen to be following along with the score sheet, you'll see that the very last category is viewer votes. This means that you guys get to vote for your favorite Webkinz. Make sure to check the description before you do, because I do put down in the description if I'm no longer accepting votes. This means that the final score has already been decided, so if you were to vote, it would be pointless, but I'm not going to disable the comments because I do need them if you happen to suggest a Webkinz for me to do for Webkinz Mashup. You can only vote for one Webkinz, so either the signature endangered red wolf or the signature lion. Just vote once. When it's time to do the next Webkinz Mashup, I will count up all the votes. This could potentially put your favorite Webkinz in the lead. Make sure to vote if you'd like to help your favorite Webkinz possibly win this Webkinz Mashup. Thank you everybody for watching, and of course I always accept requests, but again, like I said at the beginning of the video, please make sure it's a Webkinz I actually have, because it's kind of hard to review a Webkinz that I don't actually own. I'm really excited to get back to doing these Webkinz Mashups, even though they do take a lot of time and effort to edit. They are really fun, and I like reviewing the Webkinz, and I will be working on not grading them too harshly, since I have done that in the past and actually gotten some complaints about it. Thanks everybody for watching, and I will see you in the next Webkinz Mashup. Good luck to the signature lion and the signature endangered red wolf.